As a child growing up in Chicago, I used to scare my kid brother, Jimmy, silly at night, telling him stories about our mad ancestor, May Dodda, who lived in an insane asylum and ran off to live with Indians. At least that was the fertile, if somewhat vague, raw material of secret family legend. We lived on Lakeshore Drive, and our family was still quite wealthy in those days, descendants of old money, a fortune and a dynasty begun by our great-great-grandfather, J. Hamilton Dodd, who, as a young man in the mid-19th century, began plowing up the vast Midwestern prairies around Chicago in order to cultivate grain in what was some of the most fertile farmland in the world. Papa, as he's still known by his descendants, was one of the original founders of the Chicago Board of Trade. He was friend, crony, business partner, and competitor, as the case might be, of all the most prominent entrepreneurs in that booming Midwestern metropolis. Among them, Cyrus McCormick, inventor of the Reaper, Philip Armour, and Gustavus Swift, the famous pork and beef packers, and the brothers Charles and Nathan Mears, lumbermen who bought up and single-handedly destroyed the great old-growth white pine forests of Michigan. No one in our family spoke much about my great-grandmother, May Dodda. Among the wealthy, ancestral insanity has always been a source of deep-rooted embarrassment. Even these many generations later, when the razor-sharp robber baron genes have been largely blunted by line breeding and soft country club living, by boarding school and Ivy League educations, even now, no one in our social milieu likes to admit to being directly descended from a crazy woman. In the heavily edited official family history, May Dodda remains little more than a footnote. Born March 23, 1850, second daughter of J. Hamilton and Hortense Dodd, hospitalized at age 23 for a nervous disorder. Died in hospital February 17, 1876. That's it. But even old money taciturnity, for which there is no competition on earth, and the equally unparalleled ability of the rich to keep dark secrets, could not completely obscure the whispered rumors that trickled down through the generations that May Dodda had actually died under somewhat mysterious circumstances, not in the hospital as officially stated, but somewhere out west. This was the story that fueled my and my brother Jimmy's imaginations. By the time I was a junior in college,